Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Ahead of the Curve. I'm David Thomas. This is Bo Gill. We're here today to go over some incidents that happened on Tuesday night at one of our standing committee meetings with Bedford County government. And we had our normal routine meetings on Tuesday night. And one of the meetings, which was a Rules and Legislative Committee, there was a presentation made by Commissioner Eric Maddox. He was not there as a commissioner. He was there as a private citizen and a concerned citizen. And he has worked hard to put together a anti-drug coalition for Bedford County, which is not going to be a cost to the taxpayers. It's not going to have any title in government. It's just this group of citizens that are coming together.
It's a group of concerned citizens to come to the table, to come together and to find solutions to the drug problem here in Bedford County. And it's officials, the sheriff's department, it's commission level. He's talked about having, he's got the school system involved, past addicts that are involved. This, when I did attend that meeting, and you said it right. I thought of him giving his presentation as more of a citizen that night, because that's what he is, as well as a commissioner.
Right, but it has nothing to do with the county commission or county government whatsoever. Even though that deputy sheriff is going to be part of it, even though our superintendent of schools is going to be part of it, there's going to be pastors a part of it, there's going to be drug task force leaders a part of it. But they're coming together not as government agents, they're coming together as citizens.
That's right.
And so it has nothing to do with our government.
It has nothing to do with our government. There's no tax dollars involved. This is a concern that we all see, and this is a way to get everybody together at the table to come up to find solutions. This is in no way, jeopardizes, legal cases going on or anything. We all see what's going on here in the county, and we all recognize that there is a drug problem.
Yeah, this is something that was not going to come up for a vote. This is something that Commissioner Maddox was just notifying to the commission, to that Rules and Legislative Commission, just not asking for permission, just saying just want to notify you out of courtesy.
Yes, out of courtity. He mentioned out of courtesy.
All right, so as he goes through this and finishes up, I think he's well received.
Yes,
and he has a lot of good, support within the group that was there. But then there was some questions thrown at him, Bo.
There was,
that came out of left field, and I don't know from what angle it came from, but I'm going to play this video right now and let people watch, and you decide for yourselves what you think about this.
Very concerned.
This is one of the members of the Rules and Legislative Committee. Commissioner Greg Vick asked these questions, and we'll just play it and let you guys watch it and tell us what you think about it in the comments, and then we're going to comment on it as well.
I have a passion to help. I personally have never been addicted to drugs. I don't know what it's like, but I've seen the effects of addiction, and it's hard, especially on children. So I appreciate your time, and I will keep you very posted.
Question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that everybody on this county commission, and I think I can speak for all of them, believe that drugs are the number one problem in our community. And so when you said that some people say that we don't have a drug problem, I think everybody agrees we have a drug problem.
Yes, sir.
And I think all of us want to find a way and find a solution. So thank you for thinking about this, and thank you for bringing this to our attention. So I'm going to assume, based on what you've done and who you've spoken with the district attorney, Rob Carter. He's on board, and he's supporting you fully on that.
I've spoke to Director Shane George, and he is supportive.
He's the drug task force.
Okay.
I asked about the district attorney.
I haven't spoken to the district attorney.
Okay, and you've spoken to the drug task force director, George, and he's fully engaged and on board.
Absolutely, and he's offered to actually come and help, even open up a meeting.
And have you talked to the court system, Judge Rich?
I haven't yet, no.
Have you spoken to the sheriff about this, but you've spoken to Nakia?
I've spoken to the sheriff briefly, and I've had meetings with Chief Deputy.
So the Chief Deputy, you are on board with all this 100%? Okay, and have you spoken to the county mayor? Is the county mayor on board?
I haven't spoken to the county mayor, no.
Have you spoken to the city of Shelbyville, mayor of Wartrace, mayor of
I've spoken to the mayor of Belleville.
Buckle?
Yeah, I sure have.
And they're all on board with it.
Yeah.
And what do you want us to do on the county commission? What are you asking of us?
I don't need anything from you, Commissioner. I'd just like to have your blessing. And if you can offer any sort of help through this process, that would be great.
Well, that's interesting, because we all want to help, and you've already put it all together, and you're just telling us here, you've already done all this, and you've just come to let us know that that's what you're doing.
You're more than welcome to attend the first meeting. Not
That's
sure
very
what
kind
your
of you.
objection is
No,
to this,
just
this
asking.
effort.
I'm asking, no objection. I'm just curious if this has already been done, and you've just come to us as fait accompli here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you acknowledging that. Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
Well, I think you kind of answered everything.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate your time.
Thank you,
I think
Commissioner
anything
Maddox.
we can do would be good.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate it.
Anybody's willing to take a leadership role and to do what, I think this was, Commissioner Vick was just to make us all aware that he's starting this initiative, and it's just in the start phases of
I
it.
just don't want to
And
be in
there's
the
some
middle
government
of a criminal
positions that are
investigation
not.
or any kind of thing that would jeopardize ongoing investigations with our judicial system and our sheriff department, with our district attorney, with our drug task force. I don't want to get put in the jackpot on that from the county commission. If you want to go do that, that's fine.
No, that's, and that, Commissioner, is a valid point, and I'll address that. That is a very valid point. And because of that, Chief Deputy and I have had many conversations, and the intent is that this would be open, the information that we would use, partake, divulge would all be public information. Anything pertaining to an ongoing investigation, it would be very detrimental for us to speak to that. It would be very detrimental for him to bring that to this committee. I believe the main intent of this is just simply, there are many people within the county. We have our education system, we have our law enforcement, we have us as citizens. There are a lot of folks that are doing independent things to either address the drug problem or they're just simply aware of it. My goal is just to bring everybody to the table. And I'm going to announce again, I'm not an expert at all. I'm just a guy that cares. And all I want to do is open the door and sit at the table and say, thank you, experts, for coming. How can I help?
Do you know when the meeting will be, the first
Yes.
meeting?
We're targeting a Thursday, I believe, Chief Deputy. Is that the best date in February? We're going to do one in
So
the
we'll know then.
Any other questions for Commissioner Maddox? Thank you, sir, for telling us what our intent was, and I think anything we can push, any type of initiative to help with the drug situation is well done.
Thank you,
Okay, Bo, I look at that and I say, and what we didn't show was the lengthy projector.
He had a
and
great
his great presentation.
yes.
He went through every step of what they were trying to accomplish. And I think during that time, Commissioner Vick was getting his questions ready because he obviously had them ready.
Yes.
So my question is, did he misunderstand what Mr. Maddox was doing?
He did. He misunderstood what he was doing, and then there was a really a passive aggressive tone to Commissioner Vick. He was almost like throwing a wrench in something that a citizen comes up with a good idea to try to tackle one of our biggest problems in Bedford County, which is the drug problem. And it was almost as if since he's not going to be able to get a photo op, he don't want any part of it. He was pushing back to the best idea that has come through there in a long time. And I would say shame on Commissioner Vick for acting that way in that passive aggressive manner. And I would say that's who your representative is. And I'm sorry for the ones that had to listen to that, because I do see what he was thinking of, but Commissioner Maddox is a smart guy. He's gone through these things. He did not have to let the commission know. He did not have to be at the committee meeting to let them know. He did this as just a way to inform them.
Well, he's keeping them in the loop. If I was doing anything, there's no way I'd go up there and listen to that mess.
No.
The whole point of this was a private citizen was basically making a courtesy call, and he happens to be a commissioner. That's the reason he did it, so that everybody would know what was going on when they start hearing about it. And to clarify that it's not part of Bedford County government in any form or fashion.
It's not part of Bedford County government, but what you get from Commissioner Vick there is the same old, same old. He, a couple years ago, he brought at the last minute a tax increase at budget time. He had a 15-minute speech that was not interrupted, and it passed through. This year, last year, Commissioner Maddox came through with a tax decrease, and I think Commissioner Vick interrupted him throughout. It's like if Vic don't have the idea, then it's not an idea. There were some good questions asked. I mean, there are questions that need to be asked. If he presented it to him, then he has every right to ask these questions. But the demeanor and the tone.
Well, the condescending tone.
Yeah.
Of I know more than you, and I promise you, that ain't the case
And
right
here. He used the word fait accompli, the very highfalutin term. You're in Bedford County, let's speak like we do.
Let's just say, hey, there was a meeting already taking place. Absolutely. There's several meetings already taking place. He came as a courtesy. He didn't get much of a courtesy from Commissioner Vick, but he did from everybody else.
Everybody else. And the last one question that Greg didn't mention, that Greg Vick, is how can I help? And he didn't say that.
He did say earlier, before he went on to asking who all he had talked to, he was basically wanting to know if he had permission, and he don't have to have permission as a private citizen to do anything.
You don't. And I would say thank you to citizen and Commissioner Eric Maddox for bringing up this issue, for not just waking up one morning and presenting.
Right.
This was well thought out. He gave a 10-minute presentation on a TV. He had it laid out. It's thought out, but he admitted he's not an expert. And what is he doing?
He's getting the experts together.
He's getting the experts together like everybody else would do. Now, I get it, but there's some political jargon.
Well, here's what we saw. We saw the underbelly of the local establishment get bent out of shape.
Yeah, they got bent out of shape.
All right.
They got bent out of shape.
Here's the thing. What do y'all think about this type of attitude and atmosphere when a private citizen comes up with a good idea like this and has things together? I mean, it's just not a good look, Bo.
Bad look.
And we want to hear from you. Give us your comments on this. Like and share our video.
The people that are representing us, but a man is trying to do something for the good of Bedford County.
Well, he's going to.
Oh, he is.
He don't need anybody's permission.
You're right. He don't. I didn't say he needed anybody's permission.
He don't.
But I know that the Commissioner Vick would have loved to have been able to give him permission, but he did this as a courtesy, and I want to thank him for doing that for the people of Bedford County, not only the people in his district. Once again,
the whole county.
Yeah, and doing it the right way. And
he did it. He did it for you guys.
Yeah. He did.
And your children.
That's right. And your children. That's
All
right.
Guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with Bedford County Live on Monday night at 8 p.m.
Right.
Be sure to check that out. I'm sure this will come up in the discussion as we live chat with you guys. Have a good day.